With all the talking heads in our media universe, it takes someone truly unique to cut through the noise. Someone like Stephen A. Smith. He's in conversation with Robert Costa.
Put that damn camera on me right now.
These days, Stephen A. Smith
Your boy Stephen A. I'm in Pittsburgh.
is everywhere.
Stephen A. Smith.
On the sidelines, at the games, and of course, all over TV.
Somebody got to say that.
His swaggering sports talk has made him a superstar at ESPN. A modern-day Howard Cosell.
Something is wrong with you.
With a multi-million-dollar media empire. Smith begins each weekday morning with his popular cable show, First Take. The set is his court.
We do want to one-up one another along the way. And when you want to one-up somebody, that's competition. And that's what makes it go. Ben Simmons might also be the weakest, most pathetic excuse for a professional athlete we have ever seen. The key for us is to be authentic. Don't fake it.
And not boring. You're never boring.
Nah, that ain't good enough. There are organizations who stink.
I'm talking about making sure that it's not choreographed. You're not just saying something just to be saying it.
Holla at your boy.
Sports fans like to keep the conversation going.
Remember, the typical stars, people want your picture, they want your autograph. Me, they want a debate. They want the pictures too, but they want a debate. There's no such thing as love you, man, can I get a picture with you, and that's it. It's, man, did you really mean that about the Knicks? How could you say that about the Cowboys?
Smith grew up in the working-class neighborhood of Hollis, Queens in New York City. His mother, a nurse who worked 16-hour shifts, encouraged him as he struggled with dyslexia and with his father.
Well, my father said that I was a lost cause. My father was the one who told my mother, he's just not smart.
That still hurt?
Well, it hurt for a very, very long time. But it subsided significantly once I proved him wrong, and even he had to concede that I was a different beast. My issue was, he didn't take care of the family, so my mother had to.
He left New York after he won a basketball scholarship to Winston-Salem State University in North Carolina. But an injury cut short that dream, so he turned to newspapers. Eventually, his columns caught the attention of ESPN executives, who gave him a show.
Anybody with sense should know Kobe's the man right now.
His first stop after signing the contract, his mother's office.
I walked up in there and I said, let's go. And I looked at the person running the center. I said, my mother will not be working here any longer. I said, it's over. And my mother never worked again. And to this day, I've achieved a lot of things, but that is the proudest moment of my life. That's me.
His combative commentary has its critics, and he has generated controversy, sometimes to the point of ESPN taking action.
First Take, a dominant presence in sports media, but it has some haters.
Sure. Well, let them hate. They ain't winning, we winning. Do you really think a show would be #1 for 13 consecutive years if it was unpleasant and uncomfortable for people to watch? The critics that say that want you to think that because you ain't watching their show.
I'm talking.
I'm not apologizing. You're okay. I let you talk until you went to the A word.
But some of your critics call you Screaming A. Smith.
Yeah.
That you've made journalism and sports all about shouting.
Well, those are people that want you and others to ignore my resume. I was a college beat writer. I was a pro beat writer. I became an NBA columnist. White men are all over the place screaming all the time. They don't call them screaming whatever. Matter of fact, they call them passionate. And they never associate the word anger. But somehow they do that with me, despite the fact that I smile a lot. A lot of reasons to be happy.
Happy and busy. Just recently, at age 58, he became a big name at SiriusXM with a daily sports show. And now, a weekly political show, too.
My guest has served as the 56th Speaker of the United States House of Representatives.
The registered independent interviews leaders from both parties.
Please welcome back to the show, House Democratic Leader Hakeem Jeffries.
And sometimes a Sunday morning correspondent.
The one and only Robert Costa is with me. Pleasure to meet you, my man. How's
Pleasure to
everything going?
see you. Thank you so much for having me.
But his move toward politics has raised eyebrows in press boxes.
First of all, I don't give a damn what Pete Hegseth has to say because I will tell you right now, he was never qualified for the job.
And in Washington.
Stephen A. Smith may run for president, as you know. Do you have any advice for Stephen A.?
And even President Trump is keeping an eye on Smith.
Stephen A., he's a good guy. He's a smart guy. I love watching him. He's got great entertainment skills. I'd love to see him run.
So when somebody talks about me being a president or whatever, I have no desire to be a politician. Zero. I have no desire to run for office.
But you're not ruling it out.
I'm not ruling it out because I'd love to be on the debate stages against some of these individuals that think they're better suited to run the country, because I think that the American people deserve to listen to and hear from somebody who genuinely cares about making life better for them instead of yourself. Do you realize the way they've been acting on Capitol Hill, all you have to do is disagree with the other side? You don't even have to look at a bill.
Would you run as a Democrat?
Yeah, because I couldn't see myself running as a member of the GOP. I'm a fiscal conservative. I can't stand high taxes, but I'm a social liberal. In the same breath, because I believe in living and let live. I pay attention to the desolate and the disenfranchised. Yes, I like strong borders. That's absolutely true. We never needed open borders, but we don't need it to be completely closed either. We're a gorgeous mosaic.
Sounds like you're getting a stump speech ready, Stephen.
No, there's no stump speech. I can give a speech without a note in front of me. When you deserve the compliment, I'll give it to you. When you don't, I won't.
Whether he jumps into politics or not, one thing is clear. Stephen A. Smith is always up for a debate.
I will confess to you, I'm giving strong consideration to being on that debate stage for 2027. I've got this year coming up, 2026, to think about it, to study, to know the issues, etc., because I don't know everything, but I am going to spend this year thinking about that before I make a decision as to what I want to do.
You've only had a few thousand debate practices over the last few years.
Right.
Every morning.
I'm not worried about a debate one bit, not even a little bit.